A few weeks ago, I finished my Pirate TV studio that I've been working on for quite some time. Right now it's running in the car and running off the car batteries. It's great for live and it's great for recording. One thing it's not great for is one-person operation. There's a lot of buttons that need pressing when you're doing a show. Sometimes there's only me, one manned camera, and 3 lockdown cameras. And it's kind of hard to operate the camera while pressing all these buttons over here. We're going to build a remote today that allows us to, if we want to, close this up and put it out of the way. We could use the iPad as we're going to go with something a little. This is a little, I could mount it to the tripod. It's not my style. I'll show you what I have in mind. Okay, for this build, we're going to need a few things. First one is a Stream Deck Mini. We have some 3D printed parts to build the remote. It goes together a little bit like this. There is a gap here that is larger than here. Likewise on the Stream Deck. Fits together like so. To hold the Stream Deck in place, we're just going to use a couple little dabs of hot glue. The frame will hold it pretty steady, but the glue couldn't hurt. So this is going to bolt to a tripod with the help of this clamp. We need some bolts to do that with. Those two are different sizes. Okay, those should be more than long enough. I have set up a hole in the 3D print that fits a 1/4-20 with a 7/16 head. It'll also fit one with a 10mm head pretty well. They're very similar sized. Once you're down to the bolt head, take a nut. It will countersink. Now those studs are going to hold it to the tripod arm with this clamp. I left a milled out space for the cord. Let's see. Let's clear all the glue off of this area. That should do it. We'll use 4 little screws. There we are. Now the remote's just about done, hardware-wise, anyway. This clamp will go on here. We'll use 2 nuts to hold it together. If you want, you can build knobs for these to make them easier to spin. I might do that later. And just connects with a USB. Now the remote itself might be enough. On here we're going to have camera 1 through 4 record and stream, so that we can switch cameras and control the stream and the disc recording. Problem is, it's only USB, and this one's only a few feet long. We also need to bring a video feed from the camera to the switcher, a video feed from the switcher back to the monitor, USB longer than 2 feet. And while we're at it, why not power the camera from the switcher? Here's what we're going to need. USB 2 connector, 12 foot long. This is a 4 conductor, 18 gauge, basically a speaker wire, but it's going to carry 12 volts and 5 volts to the camera. We're going to need 2 HDMI cables, 12 feet long. Now, we could just run the cables, but that would be pretty messy. I'm not about to do that. So I've printed this box. This box is going to have 2 HDMIs, the USB, and over here it's going to have a 12 volt and 5 volt output. For the HDMI, we'll be using these 2 keystone jacks. They have a HDMI on each side. You'll find links down below to these and any of the other parts. I also leave links to my 3D printed parts. Those are available for free. But any of the shopping links from Amazon, I get a commission on those. They are Amazon affiliate links. Doesn't cost you any more, but I get a little bit every time I sell something. Now, this box is 3D printed with the Keystone receiver in it. The HDMIs are going to feed in through this hole. Like so. The second one, I have notched the plug so that it fits through a little better. Before we put that through, we'll put the USB plug through. Oh, not so easy. I don't have a Keystone jack for the USB. It will be going through this hole. Eventually. It took a little more doing than I thought it would. We're going to put a little bit of hot glue on there so that it never comes out again. Let's put a lot of hot glue on there. And we'll give that some time to dry. Okay, now that the glue is dry, we'll put the second HDMI through. This one should go through easier, it's a little thinner. Oh, it's not going to. It went through, just not easier. Two HDMIs and a USB for the Stream Deck, video from the camera, and video back to the monitor. The next thing we need is a way to power the camera and the monitor from the switcher. For that, we're going to use a 4-pin XLR. These are frequently used for power as well as intercom. In this case, we're going to use 12 volts ground, 5 volts, and a second ground. I've just got to look up the pinout. Okay, here's our wire. We've got red and black for power and ground. 5 volts is going to be green. Ground on the 5 volts is going to be white. Oh, I meant to say this is 12 volts. So this way we will have a redundant ground. Never hurts. I'll use this cable that I've already made as a template. Looks like pin 1. Wait a minute. Which pin is which? So I bent all the leads on this plug so that it wouldn't push in so far. I may replace it with a different plug later because these are very fragile leads and I don't want them to break off. And the red one already broke off. Let's see if it's savable. The white one and the green one also broke off. This was supposed to be a nice plug. Not so much. Okay, so the power plug is going to mount right here now that the wires are not in danger of breaking off again. So now our junction box is finished. We've got two HDMIs, USB, and a power plug. But how does it attach to the tripod? That's where this comes in. It's got a V cut in it. And there is a clamp for the other side. So we need to put some bolts through here. We'll use longer ones than we used on the other thing. Here they are. That should clamp to pretty much any tripod that I have. We're going to seal it together like this. There's a lip on the small piece here. just like so. I'm going to weld it on the outside, but I might put some glue on the inside. Well, I shouldn't glue it together yet, because I'm going to bundle these wires in a wire management weave. And I don't want that to be out here. I want it to be in here where it's hidden. And then we'll only have one cable running up to the camera. So I have bundled the wires together with a braided wire loom. Put a wire tie at the end, double it over itself, and put another wire tie over that. So now it's locked in. The entire length of the wire is got a braided shield. It's a 12-foot cable. Here's the other end, 2 HDMIs, USB, and the 4-pin, which we're going to put a XLR onto. Okay, now we will put the 4-pin plug on here. That'll do. Okay, let's test our cables. Good. Good. Let's make sure that no cable connects to where it shouldn't. Good, good, good. That could be a problem. I think it's going to be in this end. I think this clamp is digging into the wire. That's much better. That works. Okay, let's use some super glue to close this up. That should do. I always use too much, and it gets everywhere. Hopefully not this time. Aha, we're going to have to turn the zip tie. We might have to trim off some of those. Not bad. Give it a compress for a couple of minutes while it dries. We'll use an electrical tape compress. We'll put that aside. Secure. So now that we've got the extension made, we need to build a plug to feed power to this whole project. We've got one panel mount. We've got a power line for 12 volts, one for 5, and a ground for both. So we'll run the ground to pins 1 and 2. Pin 3 is 5 volts. Pin 4 is 12 volts. This ground doesn't really hold on to either pin. Let's rethink it. What if we took half the wire for each pin? The ground is twice as thick because it's for both circuits. So we should be able to do that. That's going to be very nice. I like that better already. A lot better. Now we're just going to have to bend this part to fit. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Pull the wires through. Okay. 'Let's see what the voltages look like. Pin 1 should be ground. Pin 3 should be 5. Pin 4 should be 12. Pin 2 should also be ground. Okay, let's check the end. $12, which actually 14. We're running a little above 12 volts, but that's okay. 5 volts, second ground, correct, everything's good. There are two more things the system needs to power. We need to power the program monitor as well as the camera. I will be using this Panasonic, which is 12 volts. The monitor is also 12 volts. We won't need the 5-volt tap here yet, but it's going to be universal. If I want to power something 5 volts, I'll have it in the future. I have found the pigtails for each camera. I'm going to leave them 6 feet and then we'll bundle up the rest. Let's check the polarity on each output. I'm guessing the striped wire is the pin. Let's start with this one. Okay. Ah. Wait just a minute. Okay, nothing. It could be the wrong wire. Okay. That is the pin, and it's got a white stripe. The other wire, the white stripe, goes to the pin. So, let's make these wires a little bit longer. This is the jacket for the XLR cable. And these are not anywhere near thick enough, so we'll put a little strain relief on there. And let's solder them up. That should hold it steady. Let's check the pins again. I'm not completely sure. It's better to be sure. Pin 4, pin 1. Those are the two we're going to need. Let's cut the power. And the stripes go to pin 4. The solids go to pin 1. That didn't work. And we'll push the knot down a little bit, see if it fits. It might not fit at all. We may have to find a better way. Okay, let's power it up and test our connections. We'll make sure our polarities are right. Let's start with the monitor. Power goes here. Ground goes there, 14.8, that's perfect. The camera, 14.8. I will show you where I found these polarity values. A lot of components are going to have them written right on them. Right here. A lot of components are going to have the polarity written on there. Positive goes to the center, negative goes to the edge. It could be the opposite, so always be mindful. Being that this monitor is the least expensive component, we'll try that first. There we are. Takes a few seconds to boot. Monitor is good. Now's the moment of truth. Let's check the polarity on the camera. On the camera, it's marked right here. Positive on the pin, 12.0 volts. Don't let that scare you. Anything that'll run on 12 will probably run on 14. Of course, I couldn't get a right angle plug in this style. Fits good. Let's see if it powers the camera. There we are.